Imagine a machine that is capable of turning your ideas into reality. A technology capable of intricate details. Details that would require an array of tools and heavy machinery if done via conventional methods. What if you can access or even own such a technology today? Printing, once bound in the 2D plane, breaks through the third dimension, adding depth to the future of manufacturing as we know it. It sounds like something that came out of a science fiction story, but the technology is very real and it's already available here in the Philippines. This is Tangible Ideas.
The invention of 3D printing was patented 20 years ago, and it was really expensive, and it's really more catered towards industrial applications, like prototyping for manufacturing. The machines cost anywhere from 100,000 US dollars up. But now, when the patent expired, open source became public domain, and then everyone, the hobbyists, created their own versions using the idea of what was patented before. And then now you have MakerBots, you have Up 3D printers, you have all these other, all these printers that are plastic fused base type because the patent expired. So now the bots, it used to cost tens of thousands of dollars. Now it's going down to like $200, $300 do it yourself, up to somewhere between 1,000, 2,000 for the consumer type. So actually anyone within the year can just buy a machine like an inkjet printer.
So the simplest way kasi to introduce 3D printing is imagining a hot glue gun extruding glue. But this technology naman is it extrudes in a horizontal plane, and then layer by layer, it prints out an image that you drew in your computer. Now what instead of the glue coming out, what comes out is hot molten plastic na when it solidifies is solid siya na plastic. Right now, what I'm using is ABS plastic. And siguro yung pinaka-closest thing that I can tell you is Lego bricks are ABS plastic. So when I print them, they're actually quite sturdy. So I've done it on using materials for, like let's say, sa GoPro equipment. So nalalaglag to, nababasa, naiinitan. They're actually quite robust, yung material ng ABS.
They come in a reel like this, like it's almost like a wire or a fishing line. So there are different materials. The most popular are again ABS and PLA, and there's exotic materials such as wood. They inject wood filaments in here, rubberized, nylon, polycarbonate, the stuff, PET, which is the stuff you find in drinking water bottles. They're experimenting with so many filaments these days, but 90% of the general public use ABS and PLA.
The advantages of 3D printing actually is in prototyping. So you don't need to create the tooling. Like let's say you're making a cell phone case, which is plastic. Now to make the plastic cases, you need a steel or aluminum mold that you need to CNC. Now instead of going that route, you can make the part right away and then using 3D printing and then check for clearances, yung mga issues with the design. The prototyping phase is napapabilis ng 3D printing. So before, to make the tooling and then making the part will take about probably 2 weeks. Now you can do it in 1 day, 1 to 2 days. So that's the biggest advantage of 3D printing in manufacturing.
Creative industry is already affected by it's already affected over 10 years. It was started in Hollywood because they have the budget. In terms of movies, they've been printing props, cell phones, and everything you can think of in terms of creative. All the stuff that you see here, it's all 3D printed. Everything you see, they just, it's part of the process now that they don't car manufacturing, they don't sculpt clay anymore. They print their own parts.
So sa Philippines actually, there's a handful of people lang na make their own 3D printers, and there are also those that distribute. So we have distributors distributing printers from China, from the States, from Taiwan, from Singapore, wherever, to make their own printers. And it's not very mainstream yet, and It's unlike other countries kasi na mainstream na siya ngayon. Sa atin, hindi pa. And hopefully in the coming years, mag-pick up naman yung users ng 3D printer dito sa Philippines.
Don't be afraid to get into the craft if you're really into it, because you will learn. And then when the new technology comes, you're already skilled, especially for guys in school, right? You learn this stuff because every single company, I guarantee you, medical, aeronautics, arts and craft, will have a 3D printer and you will have a job. And if you're good, I offer you a job. I have 7 printers. I want people to run my bots to its perfection.
For people like me na really like to make things and design and create things, the 3D printer is a major tool that will help an engineer, a designer, an architect create the things that he wants. And the good thing about it is that unti-unti na siya naging consumer base. So anyone, sooner or later, will be able to use a 3D printer. And it's quite fun to follow this technology. Because it's going to really change how we get things, how we create things, and how we order things, actually. So right now, maybe for the kids, for the high school, grade school now, I think you should start learning how to draw in your computer. Actually, there are a few softwares that you can use that is free. So Google has one, Autodesk has one, SolidWorks has one that you can download for free. You can learn how to draw, and they have tutorials as well. So it's really open source, and they want people to jump in and start drawing.
So I think state of 3D printing is as big as the internet, or even bigger than the internet, because it's like a microwave oven. Every house should have one.
Just about every industry will move towards the future with 3D printing as the pivotal stepping stone. And knowing this, the question remains, will the Philippines be left out? Or will it ride the 3D printed bandwagon?